Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Cancer, and Cancer, it's your 2020 yearly overview tarot reading. Cancer, this is going to be a huge year for you. We have a lot of very powerful major arcana here. We've got two Wheels of Fortune, two world completions, two Aces of Swords. This is a recurring theme I'm seeing at the moment, is there's one or two key major arcana for each of these yearly readings that are repeating. So each sign definitely has a theme for 2020. Yeah, you've got a really big first half. There's a completion that's going to happen. I think you're going to resist this. It's going to take a little while to come to a completion. But when you do Cancer, that's when there's going to be a quick progression to your true dreams and wishes coming true. So don't persist don't persist with this resistance here. We must let it complete. Okay, let's get started here with your January. In January, we have the Page of Swords and your first Wheel of Fortune. So you're kicking off the new year with a Wheel of Fortune. Cancer, we've just closed out a decade, right? And we've begun a new one. The Wheel of Fortune says, you know what, this is the perfect time for that wheel to turn. This is big completion and new beginning. So, that Wheel of Fortune, I really feel in your reading as well, is the universe or the divine saying, get ready for what's going to unfold in this first part of the year. It is the divine plan. It is, predestined and written. And, I think you're going to start feeling the rumblings, the beginnings of the progress of this big shift that's going to happen in the first part of the year, or first half of the year. That's going to start happening in January. Now, the Wheel of Fortune itself is said to have a 10-year energy. So the decisions that you make now have the ability to impact your next decade, your next chapter of your life. And I strongly feel there's going to be a major completion, and then things are going to shift. That wheel is going to turn again, and you're going to really get some of the things that you've been trying to manifest for quite some time. So that Page of Swords, that is that wind of change. That is that turning point. That Page of Swords air energy, that wind is shifting that wheel, and that wheel is saying you're now moving. It's clicking in to the divine timing for the showdown that is going to come. So beginnings of progress, the wheel is turning, divine timing, kicking off a new year. And we're kicking off the new year, and I'm getting the sense that there was something that potentially should have completed in 2019. It's still carried over here, and the universe is going to purge that from you in this first half of the year, because, wow, there's some good stuff to come in later on. So let's go to your February. We have the Four of Crystals, which is the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So February, yeah, you might be focused on your resources, your financial resources, the way you earn money, your abundance, that kind of thing. There might be a sense of, gathering resources, building monetary resources, and that kind of thing, because you may know that things are going to, there's going to be a completion in the next month. It could be a relationship dissolving. So some of you might be working on building up your own monetary resources, hunkering down, not spending as much, that kind of thing. Because the Four of Crystals can be about, holding on to your monetary assets and that type of thing. Queen of Pentacles, though, is a very capable, practical energy. She can go out and earn the money and, bring home a good income, look after the house and all of that. So, I think it could be just a hunkering down month in February, building those resources, that kind of calm before the storm that is really going to occupy your next few months. This is about you evoking that Queen of Pentacles energy, which is about being practical, grounded, stable, all of that type of thing, working on your own sense of personal value as well, focusing on valuing the present moment. Not trying to stay stuck in the past or forward thinking, really valuing the present moment in February. Because in March, guys, that's when we see this Tower moment come in. Tower moment and the 10 of Wands. Now guys, I really want to point out something, that you actually have 3 tens and then the World card in these unfolding months. So look, what this tells me is I feel that you are going to resist this Tower. You know, there's a completion that really needs to take place. You know, the universe is saying it's divine timing because it wants to bring you a new chapter, a whole new change. But I see you resisting this, and that's because, you know, it's going to keep persisting until it comes to a very big completion in, I think that is June there. So if you can release it quicker, then even better, because then you're going to get to the good stuff more quickly. Sorry. So the 10 of Wands, let's just talk about that first. The 10 of Wands is a situation that has been weighing you down for some time. And I think this is a carryover from 2019, guys. It can be, you know, a burden, something weighing heavily on you, too much responsibility. It can be a toxic relationship that's kind of pushing you down, a job that, you know, is just such hard work and you're not really reaping the rewards that you want, something that's consuming your time and energy. That's the 10 of Wands. And through that as well, that situation is, you know, actually blocking your vision of how to move forward, how to see other paths. And it can take you off track as well. It can take you off track of your life's purpose. With these Wheel of Fortunes here, you know, the universe is saying this is your year to get back on track, to get back on your life's path and back in alignment. And that's why we see the Tower here. The Tower has come in to make sure you put down those wands, make sure you complete that situation, whether it's in, you know, career and business, a relationship, a toxic friendship. Now, the Tower energy can seem quite chaotic at the time. It can be a massive truth revealed, which changes the nature of a situation. Can be a construct as you've known it coming down, can be a massive ending and, you know, argument that ends a relationship, that kind of thing. But really we need to keep in mind that this is a blessing in disguise, because it's the universe stepping in to create closure on a situation that is no longer a fit for you. And if you were really, you know, true with yourself and honest, it was probably built on a shaky foundation, and, you know, you probably knew that it wasn't going to go the distance. And it's likely that maybe, you know, towards the end of last year and leading up to now, you might have had intuitions about this. You might have had smaller signs or synchronicities that kind of pointed to the fact that the situation needed to be released. But I feel that some of you have chosen to ignore them, and you might have had some very good reasons for doing so. For example, you might not have had the financial resources to bring this Tower down and go your own way. Either way, you know, the universe is now saying, okay, you're going to be all right, but it's time. So the universe is shaking this up to get you back on track. There is always a silver lining in this situation. But we must heed the warning of the Tower, and that is to surrender and let it fall and not try and patch it up and rebuild the same tower. Otherwise we find ourselves 1 month, 6 months, 12 months down the track in the same position, and we've wasted that time and we've blocked all this stuff from coming in. So it is time to release that heavy burden, Cancer, and let that Tower fall. However, I feel that you are going to persist this like crazy because, you know, oops, don't want to put it on the candle. You know, this ending is going to take a little while to complete. So in your April, we have the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. So here we have, you know, a sense of indecision about a painful ending. You know, that 10 of Swords can be a betrayal, can be deep hurt and wounds. It can be burnout as well from this situation. Either way, it is a, you know, quite an ominous feeling. It is a definite completion, the 10 of Swords. But here we have you in this 2 of Swords energy, and the energy of the 2 of Swords is feeling torn in decision making. It's around a matter of the heart in particular, and it talks about emotions clouding our intuition and our decision making. So, you know, you might be thinking, oh, you know I need to complete this situation, but I love this person, or I feel an obligation to my boss to not leave this job or whatever. But we can't let our emotions cloud our decision making. We need to tune into those intuitive centers the third eye, the heart, the gut, as well as, use our logic and make the best decision for us that's going to move our life forward positively. Because, at the moment, those emotions are stopping you from, tuning in and really feeling out the situation and making the right decision. Now, the Ten of Swords also says that there is a new dawn, a new day on the horizon that wants to eclipse this darkness and set you on a new path. But first of all, you need to take off that blindfold, weigh up your options, and make a clear decision from a place that's not being led by your emotions. Okay, so May. It continues in May, guys. Another 10 of Pentacles and the Strength card. The good news is that in May, I feel like you get that surge of energy, that strength and the courage, and you finally see, you know what, I know that I need to bring this thing to a completion. I think that you'll have a little bit more energy in the tank rather than that 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords can be quite defeated energies. It can be that burnout, that fatigue, feeling a little bit depressed about the situation. Here, you're stepping back into your power. You are bringing those inner demons under control. Those demons could be anger, resent. It could be, feeling like you can't make a decision. It can be your indecisiveness. It can be all of those things that have been harboring you, stopping you from actually making a clean break from the situation. Here we see you coaxing that under control. And once you do that, you unleash your infinite power in order to create your own reality moving forward. So the 10 of Crystals here for me, I know this can be the abundance or the money card, but I feel that in this situation, it's a completion on the home front or in a sense of stability and security. So it can also link to work and career as well. So this is you having the strength in May to finally say, well, you know what, I'm accepting it. I'm going to tame these inner demons and I'm going to bring this thing to completion. And in June, we bring it to Justice. We have Justice and the Universe, which is the World card, guys. So this is where it's like, okay, I'm surrendering and I'm going to let the situation complete. The World says, that it is absolutely time to end the cycle. It was probably a karmic contract. There was a life lesson involved. That's completed now. No need to hang on. And that Justice energy has come in to allow you to make this fair and just modification to the situation to bring things back in balance again. Because I feel like this has probably put you out of balance for quite some time. There could be legal proceedings for some of you, divorce papers, contractual agreements, that kind of thing that need to be sorted out in order to end the situation. Maybe it's quite a big deal and that's why you really resisted that change. But when it's divine timing, there's no resisting it. I see the sense that you will be the victorious party in this, and because Justice has that sense of victory, but also the Universe is a card of victory also. It says that you've arrived, you've made it, whatever the Magician set out to materialize as the first card of the tarot deck has now done so and completed. So there is no more of the situation. It is done, chapter closed, and this person here just jumps through the loop, the Saturnian loop that we see in the writer version of this card. Actually, it's here. We're going to have another one soon, so you'll see that. And, directly into a new chapter. So this is you bringing justice to that situation, closing that chapter, and starting a new one. July. Temperance and the Six of Swords. Yeah, this is just progressing perfectly for you here, Cancer, because in July, we see you really accepting that you have to move on and actually making that move away from the situation. And we have that under the beautiful Temperance energy. And Temperance is all about regeneration, restoring, healing. There's a massive message about coming into balance as well here, balancing the emotional waters of life. So we've had 3 cards in a row about balance. So it's very important for you to Look after your mental, emotional, and physical health in July. Maybe get some energy healing. Really trying to bring yourself into balance again under that Temperance energy. And Temperance has an element of divinity as well. So I do think that now that you've kind of listened to the universe, it's stepping in, and there's a lot of divine guidance in the next half of the year, guys. But I think you're going to be moving on, without a doubt. Finally reached a place of acceptance over the last couple of months. Moving on from tumultuous times. Moving on from that tower. Finally the calm after the storm. And you've weathered it, by gosh. Now, the Six of Swords talks about a necessary rite of passage to progress your life into calmer, more peaceful, harmonious times. It talks about leaving those swords, all those thoughts, the baggage of that situation on the shore if you can, so that you can carry on with an empty vessel. And yes, just like these people here, you might be feeling sadness, sorrow, hurt, and grief. But Temperance is here to help you temper that, to help you bring calm, clarity, and balance. And I think in your heart of hearts that this is necessary to move on, and that's exactly what you'll be doing if this is your reading. Okay, so in August, Queen of Cups and Seven of Crystals. Yeah, so after that, this is where we have your next major shift in energy. Queen of Cups, after everything you've been through and all this kind of work on rebalancing, we now see you emerging as the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is somebody who can sit right on the shoreline with one foot dipped into those watery emotions, because water represents our emotions in tarot, and yet she remains unshakable, stable, and calm. And she holds her emotions in this beautiful gilded cup, and she lets them out and processes them when she chooses to. They don't rule her like what we might have seen in the past, especially getting clouded by your emotions and that decision making. So yeah, it's about someone who's getting to a stage of mastering their emotional intelligence, getting grounded, and being, compassionate and nurturing, all of those things. And the Seven of Crystals, starting to find value in your life again, starting to have a turning point of understanding where now to invest your time and energy to manifest greater value in your life, to reap greater rewards after a period of time where you may not have been doing so for quite a while. So it's really thinking, okay, well, what now? I'm going to start planning my future. I'm going to start planting those seeds where I know that they are going to bring me greater value. Okay, September. Yep, we're up to September. Another significantly powerful, huge shift in September, guys, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. Second Wheel of Fortune in the reading, and first of two Aces of Swords in the reading. So now that we've completed all of this, that wheel is going to turn again. So it's saying now that you have completed the wheel that gave you the divine timing to complete the situation, the wheel turns again, and now it is time to focus on beginnings. So it was all about endings in the first half of the year. Now it's all about beginnings, predestined, divine timing, beginnings, new karmic contracts, new opportunities, new jobs, new love, whatever it may be for you. Because we have that here with the Ace of Swords, which is that new beginning, a sense of victory, stepping back into your power. It can be a massive insight or revelation about yourself, your life, your situation. It can be a mental breakthrough, a new idea that's going to, give you some sense of achievement moving forward from here. So yeah, a massive shift in energy there in September, guys. October, your second world card and awakening, which is judgment. So again, when that world card or the universe from back here signified completion, I feel that this world card signifies beginning. This is all about beginning, and it is so powerful, so many major arcana. So you're now stepping through that Saturnian hoop like this dancer back into the flow of life, into that next lesson, that next karmic contract, whatever that may be for you. And with that awakening or judgment card, some of you may be having a spiritual awakening. Some of you might be, like this can be the card, guys, of second chances, forgiving and forgetting. Some of you might be doing some reflection on what you've been through in the first half of the year. Maybe just internally forgiving and forgetting, releasing, letting go, and making that decision not to sort of, re-engage or keep thinking about that situation. I think some of you might, have that insight as to, how that situation kept you small, kept you confined and constricted. And now I think you're just ready to kind of to go for it, basically, to open yourself up to new experiences, new people, to be vulnerable. This dancer here, she's pretty much naked, and so are the people in the Rider version of the Judgment card. They have released so much baggage, so much, dense energy, that I think you're going to be feeling quite light. Yeah, and you're really just going to be ready to get back into the flow of life. So very, very powerful month. Some of you might be getting some, downloads. You're definitely going to be reflecting and understanding why things have played out as they have this year. Okay, November. Just checking how long we had on the camera, guys, so it wasn't cut out. November, Four of Cups and Ace of Swords. Okay, so get ready for it, guys. I'm strongly feeling that just when you're kind of sitting back, self-reflecting, thinking about how the year's gone, potentially feeling a bit tired, a bit apathetic, a bit over it, why has all this happened to me? Where's all my good stuff? I feel that out of the blue, there's going to come an offer to you, and it's going to be the offer of something that's going to fulfill you on a feelings and emotional level. It could be an apology as well from someone involved in that past situation, but what I'm really feeling new love offer here in November. That Ace of Swords, recrowning yourself, coming in out of nowhere on the hand of the divine, predestined. So I really strongly feel that with the Four of Cups. I don't normally with the Four of Cups, but definitely in this reading, that's what I'm feeling for November. Because in December, guys, this is your jewel in the crown, your reward, your calm after the storm. I think that everything that you've really dreamed and hoped for has the potential to come in December. We have the Star, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Because, guys, I feel like this situation here that played out in the first half of the year occupied a lot of energetic space. And when it's like putting a big do not disturb sign up, and nothing can get into that, into that hotel room. Nothing can get past the door because, your energy is otherwise occupied. Through all this massive release, that Wheel of Fortune chain, turning, the world energy coming in, you've opened yourself up and you've really created the space for new energy, new beginnings to come in. And we saw that beginning in November. And then in December, we have a wish coming true, because that Star is something that you've wished for a long time coming true here. And I feel with that Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant that this is some kind of long-term committed relationship, or the potential for it to go that far. The Hierophant can be our institution of marriage, institutions that we work in, or place of study. And here we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is about solidity, success, abundance, money, solid home, stable home. So for some of you, you could say this is the job you've always wished for that's going to bring you great monetary abundance. For others of you, this could be the relationship, the engagement, the marriage that you've wished for that's going to lead you to a stable, happy home life. And I think you wished upon it on a star at some period, but you probably thought it's never going to happen for me because I'm stuck in this situation here. But Cancer, you did the work, you released it, and that's when the universe got that memo. Oh, the door is now open. That do not disturb sign has been turned over. You're open for business. Here it comes. It's wanted to come in for a while. The Star also talks about healing, renewal, renewal after a really big year, rebalancing the waters of life again, coming into a place of energetic balance, and understanding that this year has been about divine guidance. Everything has played out for a reason, and it was predestined because we've got so many cards of destiny in this reading. So guys, think about December. Think about everything that you might weather, the storm you might weather in the first part of the year is all about opening up space so that you can then receive again. And by gosh, I think it's going to exceed every expectation and dream that you've had leading up till now. So Cancer, that is your 2020 yearly overview. It is a huge year for you guys. Very, very powerful. Lots of powerful energies. Keep in mind it is a general reading. Not every Cancer's year is going to go like this. Feel free to leave me a comment if you'd like to share how the new year kicks off for you guys. I'd love to hear. And I'll see you back here for plenty of weekly and monthly readings throughout the year.